Good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. Okay, today I will take very small lecture, guys. The lecture is backup and recovery concept. That meaning is how to take file system backups. How to take file system backups. Okay, generally, not only file system, backups are always very good idea to keep on our computers. It means it always good idea to keep on backup data on your computers. So this can either be done manually or configured to work automatically with help of the scripts. Okay. So now Linux operating system supports three types of backups. Not only Linux, in everywhere, backups are three types. One is full backups. Second one is incremental backups. And the third one is differential backups. Full backup, incremental backup, differential backup. But in the real environment, people will do incremental backups only. So everyone will take incremental backups only. That's why even in AWS EC2 instance, snapshots are incremental backups only. Okay, but every incremental backup or differential backups must need full backups first. Okay, so what is meant by first full backups? It writes all files to the backup media. I mean the entire data we need to take the what? One backup media. If the data being backed up never changes. Once backup is completed, never changes. And every full backup being created will be the same. Every full backup being created will be the same. A full backup does not check to see if a file has changed since the last backup. The meaning is, for example, already we have created one file system backup, but after created some changes in the what file system. But full backup doesn't consider the recent changes. So once backup is created, it doesn't take again the recently changed things. So it blindly writes everything to the backup media, whether it has been modified or not. Okay. So now how to take the what full backups first. And again, we need to understand what is incremental backups. It writes files that have been created or modified since the last usually full backups. Since the last usually full backups. So incremental backups are used in conjunction with a regularly occurring full backups. Regularly occurring full backups. When restoring a complete file system, it is necessary to restore the last full backup and every subsequent incremental backup also. So please understand here what is meant by incremental backup. For example, today I have created one full backup with 1 GB. After creating full backup, okay, I have added some data, then the backup size, the file system size is 1.5 GB. But already I have created the full backup of 1 GB. But what are the changes after full backup? Just 500 MB is added. Then if I create incremental backup, it creates incremental backup. It's nothing but it creates since last changes only, but not again create from the 1 GB to 1.5 GB. So it creates after full backup, what are the changes are happened. So it will create it. That is nothing but incremental backup. So it's create since last usually used full backup. That is the meaning of incremental backup. And what exactly mean by differential backups? It is similar to incremental backups, but in that both backups only modified files. So however, differential backups are cumulative. In other words, once file has been modified, it continues to be included in all subsequent differential backups. For example, Today we have created full backup. Today we have created full backup. So just assume tomorrow you will be added something in the what? Inside the what? File system. But if you take differential backup, again it will take from the full backup to complete last changes. So here I will tell you example what is the difference between. Okay, so just assume I have 1 GB data, guys. The data file system name is AWS data. 1 GB data is there. So if I create a full backup, I mean this is the what I have created completely full backup. But after creating full backup, people are added something in the what? 200 MB data in the same AWS data file system. In the same AWS data file system. Then if you create incremental backup, then it will create incremental backup. It will take that changes 200 MB only, it will take the backup. It changes 200 MB data only, it will backup. Okay, this is called what? Incremental backup. But the same data, if you take, then partial backup means it will take backup sizes 1.2. This is called what? Partial backup. So the meaning is again it will start the word backup from beginning to last changes. So that's why in the partial backup already we have a 1 GB data full backup. But again, why need to take the word from 1 GB to again 1.2 GB? That's why partial backups are not recommended. So in the environment, everyone uses only incremental backups. Only incremental backups. So practically, I will show you, then you will get it the word complete knowledge of backups. Okay. Now see, first file system backup, right? In the file system backup, I have AWS data mount point. So now within the AWS data mount point, let me create some files. The file name is AWS. In the AWS, I is there, hello is there. To save the file, control D. And again, I will create another file name, Azure, I, hello is there. To save the file, control D. So now here, two files are available within the AWS data directory, within the AWS data mount point. So now first, I want to create a backup for this. Generally, for creating backups, file system backups, XFS dump is the command. What is the command name? XFS dump is the command to creating file system backup. XFS dump is the command. Okay, how to create a complete file system backup? So first XFS dump. Now we are creating file system backup, guys, full backup first. In the full backup, first -L. Small L indication is it is a level of the backup. Generally, in the levels of the backup, 0 means it is a full backup. 0 means full backup. If you take 1 means it is an incremental backup. 1 means incremental backup. After 1, maybe 2 up to 9, it is a partial backups. It is a partial backup. So first, let me consider it is a full backup. That's why it is called what? L0. We are taking full backup. Then capital L indication is label name. It is a label name. Okay. For example, the label name is my full backup. Just for my idea. So my full backup. It is my label name. And after label name, then we will use -F. The F indication is where to create a backup. That is called what? Destination file. So the destination is I want to create where /dev est0. So st0 is the what? The backup name. But backup will be stored under the what? Dev location. Then which file system you want to take a backup? So I want to take AWS data backup. Within the AWS data, AWS file is there, Azure file also is there. Now if I enter, so now it is asking media label dialog. So please enter label name media in a drive 0. So that is called what? The label name for this. So another label name. So the label name is, and it is a cloud backup. So this is the word cloud backup. If I enter, so now media label created, enter cloud backup, end dialog. So now dump status is success. The meaning is the word the complete full backup is completed. That means in the ST0, so we have your AWS data backup. So now your full backup is successfully created. So now if you go for the what ls space -l, what is the data name? It is called what? ST0. So now the backup is ready. The backup name is 25656 is the what? Full backup name. Now I want to create a incremental backup. So how to create a full backup means this is. But how to restore the backup later I will tell you. So what is the difference between full backup and incremental backup? So now I want to create a incremental backup. So how to create incremental backup? So first again I will go for my AWS data. Then in that case two files are there. Now let me add another file which is called what? GCP. In the GCP maybe some case are there, some data is there to save the file, control it. So now third file has been added, but already the full backup already completed. Now the new file has been added. What is the file name? GCP. But again, if you take the word full backup, then it will include the what? All three files. But actually, I don't need any full backup. Already full backup is there. But now I want to take the backup since last changes only. So that is called what? Incremental backups. So then the incremental backups, how to consider it? So same way, even the same file ls-l, it is called what? XFS dump. So the level of the backup is 1. 1 is nothing but incremental backup. So it is called what? My label name is, I will write incremental, okay, backup. But incremental backup device name is ST1. Then the same file system, AWS data. So now again the label name is cloud incremental backup. So cloud incremental backup. Then if I enter, so now dump status success. So remember, we have two files here. What are the two files? In the /dev, st0 is the one, and /dev, st1 is there. So you know that st0 contains full backup. Full backup means, so AWS and Azure files are there in that case. And st1 contains only GCP file, because after full backup we have created incremental backup. The incremental backup have been created since last changes only. Okay, this is called what? In the real time, how people will consider the what? Backups every time. So not only most of the time, everyone preferred only incremental backups only, because you will save the what? Time, you will save the what? Storage, even you will save the what? Cost also. That's why incremental backups are the very good idea. Then finally, how to restore your backups. Okay, accidentally, for example, in the AWS data, we have three files are there. So let me remove in the AWS data all files. So unfortunately, the data file system data has been deleted. But no issue. Already this AWS data file system backup is there. So now I want to restore the what? Data from the backup. How to restore the what? Data from the backup. Now we don't have any files here. Then how to restore it? How to restore means you will use, so the another command is XFS dump is the command for creating backups, and XFS Restore is the command for the restoring the backups. XFS restore is the command. Okay, what is this purpose? To restoring the what backups. So XFS restore, then -I is the offset. Generally, what is the I? So I indication is, it is called what identifiers. That is called what session IDs are there. So every backup has unique IDs. So now we have two session IDs. What are the two session IDs? But that is called what backup information. The first file system ID is this. Actually, this backup has been created Monday, August 12th at 8:16. So the session label name, I specified the what my full backup. Then session ID is this is. With help of this session ID or with help of the what session label, so you will restore the what your backups. Either we can use session IDs or we can use the what label names to restore your backups. But what is the first backup? This is the what my full backup name /dev st0. So with help of this session ID, you will restore the what your data. You will restore the what your data. This is the first important. And now the second session is, this is Monday, August 12th at 8:19. This one is 8:16. This one is 8:19. And now session label name is my incremental backup. My incremental backup, that incremental session ID is this is. But this backup ID name is /dev est1. So now how to restore the data? So first let me take my first session ID. So this is called what? My first session ID st0 full backup. So st0 full backup ID name. So just copy this session ID, copy. Then how to restore it? XFS restore is the command. XFS restore -F. So I want to restore from the backup of st0 because it will restore full backup first. Then -S, it will restore from the session ID is, this is called what session ID. So you want to restore from the label name, then write the capital L and write the what my full backup is the label name. Even you can restore with session IDs or label names also. Okay. So now I specified the what session IDs. Then where to restore it? I want to restore into my AWS data, into my AWS data. Then if I enter, so now restoration is success. Restoration is success. How do you know that? If I go for ls AWS data mount point. So full backup means we have restored only two files, AWS and Azure. See this, AWS and Azure. So these two files are restored. But these are the what? Quota related, because this file system has been implemented quota. So don't consider this. So now AWS, Azure files are restored. Now, how to restore the what? Your incremental backup. So incremental backups. So again, session ID is required. So in the incremental backup session 1, this is called what? ID. Just copy this. So how to restore this? Again, we will use from the incremental backup is st1 actually. So in the st1, session ID is again this is. So now copy paste. Then if I enter, now it will restore the second incremental backup GCP file. So now it is an error actually. AWS data, yes, session ID, dev st1 restore -f. Okay, AWS data. Then if I go for ls space, like it is a file name is AWS data. So now AWS Azure is there, but there is no GCP. So I think it is called what already. Uh,
Actually, you have missed one character from
uh,
the
that is called what? Here it is called what? Destination, right? No, no, no. We
no
have taken the word character, session label name, ID
session
also.
ID. You have missed one character. Session ID.
Correct. Session ID, this is. Okay, 909. Okay. Now if I enter, so now restoration success. Now if I go for ls AWS data, your GCP file, there is no, it is from st0, right? Already restored from the st0. This is called what? st1. st1. So now in the ls AWS data, so now GCP file also restored. This is called what? Full backup and incremental backups. So we will use only full backups and incremental backups in the real time. But sometimes people to use, it is one more another command for backups, which is called what? CPIO. The another command is CPIO. It is CPIO full form is copy in, copy out, copy in, copy out, right? CPIO, I for in, O for out. So CPIO stands for copy in and copy out. It is used for processing the archive files. Archive files. Archive files means it is a GIF files with help of .cpipo command, or maybe it is called what? .tar command. But already I told you what is that tar balls in the backup and restore classes in the first initial classes. Now CPIO again it is compressing the what? Files. So how to take the what? Backups with help of the what? CPIO command. Generally CPIO command creates archive files. Archive files. Okay. So now let me apply CPIO. Okay. For example, I want to take this entire data as a one archive file. As a one archive file. So how to take even single file also it is possible, guys. Generally single file means CPIO is the command. Then to creating -c is the option. Creating purpose -c is the option. Then which file you want to take the backup? I want to take the what? Backup file name is DevOps. Then where to create a backup file? Then it is called what? Greater than under OPT. I want to create a compress.cpio file. Then what is the meaning? So this DevOps file will taking backup to compress.cpio command. Compress.cpio command. But generally how people will consider the what? Multiple files. Then here it is called what? CPIO, or before CPIO, I want to take ls. So what is meant by ls command? It lists all files. Then piping, I mean those files input of CPIO command. Files input of CPIO command. Files input of CPIO command. Then -ov. O means create, V means verbose files. I mean file names. So I want to create a backup in the location of, see that all files in the current location ls, those files input of CPIO, OV, it's nothing but creating the what? Archive file. Where to create your archive file? Under OPT, compress.cpio command. Compress.cpio archive file. If I enter, so now the compress.cpio file is successfully created. So then where is the backup file? In the ls under OPT, observe compress.cpio file is created. So now your backup is ready. Okay, you want to verify what contains this backup file. Again, in the same tar file information, CPIO -t, then under OPT, it is a input file, right? So under OPT, it is a compress.cpio file. I mean, this compress.cpio file contains what? So now if you run this, so these are all files are inside the what? Compress.cpio file. So this is exactly how to view the what? Compressed zip files data, and how to create a compressed.c file, compressed file -ov is the option. Okay. Then how to extract the files? How to extract .cpio files? So again we will use. So first I will go for in the OPT location. Already compress.cpio file is here. So I want to extract the what all files from this compress.cpio in the same location only. Then cpio. So for creating O is the option, to extract I is the option. To extract I is the option. So V for the what files. Then which files you want to extract. So the extracted file name is compress.cpio. If I enter, so all are compressed. I mean all are extracted. If you check ls, see that all files are extracted in the OPT location. So this is the way to managing cpio command. Input, copying input, output of the files. Copying input and output of the files. Okay, so these are the what generally backup commands in the real time. So in the real environment, even database backups also mostly people to use XFS dump command and people to use the tar command and people to use the what cpio command and also winscp is the command and also scp is the command. But these two things I will explain at the what networking time. Okay, the remaining commands after networking I will explain. But so far you know that XFS dump command, tar command, and cpio command. Okay, so this is called what backup data in this lecture. I mean how to take the what file system backups. So after creating file systems, I mean mount files, how people will consider the backups of the data. We will use mostly XFS dump with incremental backups only. With incremental backups. Okay. So this is the what today lecture, guys. And tomorrow I will explain system initialization process. That meaning is I will explain the what boot process concept. That boot process is completely theoretically part, but you will get different knowledge and theory about your Linux boot process. So tomorrow I will explain it. Okay. So please ask me if you have any queries. Only two commands here, XFS dump and CPI only.
So, when you are listing the, I'm sorry, listing the FSS dump, I mean, by using ls-l and you are providing that name, right? Device name. So in the list, I mean, you are creating that file name with the device folder and file name. So you know it, but how can I know that particular file is a dump file?
No, we cannot find the word dump files. So backup is created myself only. If I don't give any information to you, how to find out your backup name?
So to find
It is not a default names. Okay, it is my responsibility. Okay, my system backup name is okay. Even not only st0, I will keep it rom.py any file name or abc file name or md2 file name. You can keep it any name.
Yeah.
But mostly people will consider the what device names like st0, st1, st2 like that. That's why I created st0. It is not a predefined names.
So if another person wants to access that, then that person
No,
must
no. Why
know
need to
the name.
why people are not accessing the what any backups? So who are created the backups? Anybody wants backup data, then people will share the what backup information to that particular person. Then only he can access.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Sir, one question here. In the real time, like we use this XFS dump command and CPIO only for creating backups, right? So, I mean, actually, in my case, they use like this WinSCP commands and also for that. But I thought they were only for like
In the networking lectures, I will tell you SCP and WinSCP.
Okay.
Because right now we don't know what is networking, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sir, how to create system backups?
How to create?
System, so as we do perform in the Windows laptops, where we create system restore points
So
from
that is not our responsibility. Here, Linux engineer responsibilities are file system backups only. So system backups means what? Then separate teams are there and backup teams are there. Backup and restore teams are there. They will create it entire system backups. You can that is completely depending on storage engineers.
So is there any different command for that, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have gone through only about file backup system.
Not only 5. So even people are using third-party tools also. Even here is the class only what commands in default in the Linux operating systems. And even some people will use the word third-party tools for taking backups. So for example, I have explained here is the word cron tabs. Cron tabs for taking the word automation like it is called scheduling jobs. Even the same scheduling jobs, people will consider the word multiple third-party tools also. But in everywhere, the fields and meaning and everything is same. Okay.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as a Linux system administrator, we don't need to create restore points.
No need to create restore points. The restore points are nothing but what? Snapshots for the backups. In the AWS environment, we have created snapshots, right? Even something went wrong, then we can restore the what data. I mean, restore the what OS from the snapshot. Same way here, we can create the what snapshots for the VMs.
Okay. So, sir, are we going to cover that snapshots in our future classes?
No.
Okay.
So snapshots concept and VM, that is the what VMware administration course. That's why VMware ESXi server, VMware like course is required for that. Okay, we are learning Linux, not related to snapshots and VMware administration.
So currently we are dealing only about the 5 backups here. As an administrator, the users who are performing on the particular system, we are taking backup of their works.
Correct.
Okay.
Right, guys. So tomorrow,
one doubt related to the previous class. In the managing files and directories, I can find the command called file. There we have -v, yes, and F options for that. File command. Yeah, for V, I understood that it shows the version of the file, but F and S I did not understood.
in which command?
File, there is a file command, na, sir, in the PDF which you provided us. Managing directory files and directories PDF, we have this command.
What is the command name?
File, only file. File, there are 3 options for that.
What are the options?
-v is the one, and -s and -f.
F is the file name. I mean, it is find out the what regular files one.
I mean, if I type that command, I'm not getting any output and I'm not understanding for what it is being used.
You can find the what man space, what is the F. Okay. So here is there any F option?
Yes.
Files from. That is called what? It will read the what file name. Files from name of the file. I mean, by default, for example, file space, if you write any file name, it will read by default, it acts as a what file name. But some people will do even F option also. I mean, it is also read the what file name of the ABC. Even if you don't specify F option, by default act as the what -F option. That is the meaning. So without F or with F, both are same.
Can you just execute this command?
See, I will tell you one example. In the RM, for example, -I, the file name is sample. What is the meaning this?
It deletes the file sample with the prompt. Yeah.
Okay. So RM, the file name is DevOps. What is the meaning?
Same.
But he is not asking any, here we are not giving any I option, right? But even it is asking the what same him that is. I mean, Multiple options are there, but one option act as a default. Even you can write the word option or without option, it will act as default. Okay.
Understood. I mean, while running this RM command, I can see that that command is removing a regular file called DevOps. But when I use this file command, I'm not getting any output. I mean, it's just giving me another shell. That's it.
Okay. Then in the next class, I will tell you again. You can tell. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. And see you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.